Welcome to the Wisdom Ones channel. We're so glad you're here, tuning in to hear a message that speaks directly to the heart and challenges everything you think you know. If you're feeling called to explore deeper truths and uncover the power within you, you've come to the right place. This video is all about embracing the reality of your chosen path, where you rise above the noise, the gossip, and the judgments of others. So before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and drop an amen in the comments if you feel this message resonates with your soul. Now, let's begin. Your support through super thanks means a lot. To the Wisdom Ones channel, thank you so much for your generosity, and a special shout out to everyone who's already donated. It's because of your kindness that this message can reach those who need it the most. Reveals a profound truth. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. This verse serves as a reminder that each soul carries a divine purpose, a calling inscribed upon their very being before they even enter the world. The chosen one walks with the awareness of this sacred truth, recognizing that their journey is not a matter of chance but of divine intention. They understand that their authenticity, their truth, and even their struggles are woven into a greater tapestry designed by the Creator. This calling requires unwavering faith, much like the faith shown by prophets who carried messages of truth in times of great resistance. The chosen one mirrors this courage, stepping forward despite challenges, trusting in a purpose that might not yet be fully revealed but is undeniably present. Their journey is a testament to living as an instrument of divine will, embracing the discomfort that comes with growth and transformation as necessary steps toward fulfilling their mission. Through their example, the chosen one calls others to remember their own sacred purpose, to trust in the higher plan, and to step into the authenticity that honors the divine design within us all. Chosen ones, it's time to wake up to the reality of who you are and how powerful your presence truly is. There's something electrifying about being the subject of whispers, especially when those whispers paint you as the villain in someone else's narrative. Osiris is the one who didn't just ruffle a few feathers, but utterly shattered egos and moved on without a second glance. They call you cold-hearted, ruthless, maybe even unfeeling. But let's face it, they don't understand you. You are the chosen one, misunderstood and unbothered, simply walking through life with a deep, unshakable knowing of who you are. You navigate your path with a raw honesty and an undeniable magnetism, and that, my friend, is what unsettles them the most. People gossip because they don't know how to handle you. You challenge their perceptions and force them to confront their own insecurities. They're left in awe and confusion, unable to figure out how someone can be so fiercely independent, so comfortable in the shadows, and so ruthlessly skilled at cutting ties with no hesitation. You don't need to explain yourself, and that is something they can't. You aren't here to play by their rules or fit into their narrow understanding of who you should be. You are simply existing as you are, unfiltered, unapologetic, and fully aware of your own power. You've learned to stand strong even when the world expects. You've stopped caring about the opinions of others because you know that their judgments don't define your worth. There's an energy about you that can't be ignored. It's not something you try to project. It's an aura that you carry with you naturally. When you walk into a room, people can feel it. It's an intensity that draws them in, yet keeps them at a distance. It's not that you're mysterious in the way people often think of as enigmatic, hiding secrets, or pretending to be something you're not. No, you are simply confident in your own skin. You radiate a self-assurance that others can only dream of, and that makes they don't know whether to approach you as an ally or keep their distance as if you're a threat. But you don't care. You don't flinch when they fumble or try to read you because you already know your worth, and you're not here to prove anything to anyone. Your confidence is not the kind that seeks attention or approval. It's quiet, steady, and unshakable. You don't need anyone to validate your existence because you are fully present in your own power. This confidence isn't something you've cultivated to make others uncomfortable. It's simply who you are. You don't hide your strengths and you don't apologize for your success. You've learned to stand tall without the crutch of outside validation, and that's something most people can't understand. They are used to people who doubt themselves, who second-guess every move they make. But not you. You don't bend to fit in or make others feel comfortable. You stand strong in your own truth, and that alone challenges the foundation of everyone around you. When you choose to cut someone off, it's never impulsive or fueled by emotion. It's a precise, deliberate decision that speaks volumes. You don't engage in drama or make a scene. You simply step away, leaving no room for doubt about your boundaries. You know your worth, and you won't allow anyone to diminish it. Your decision to remove someone from your life is an act of self-preservation, a way to protect your energy and your peace. It's a message to the world that you won't settle for less, and you don't need anyone who doesn't align with your values. Those left behind may try to figure out what went wrong, but they can't understand it. They can't understand someone who doesn't need to explain themselves or stay connected out of habit or fear. They can't comprehend someone who is so certain of who they are that they can walk away without looking back. And that's where your power lies. You're not here to be understood by everyone, and that's okay. You've come to embrace the parts of yourself that others find difficult to comprehend. You don't seek to fit into anyone's expectations. You've made peace with the fact that not everyone will understand you, and that's a freeing realization. You're comfortable in your own skin, in your own darkness, and in your own complexities. While others may constantly seek validation and approval, you've learned to be your own source of strength and confidence. You don't need anyone to tell you who you are because you already know. You are the one who thrives in the shadows. While others struggle with their own insecurities and need to project a perfect image, you are content to live in the complexity of your true self. You are not afraid to sit with your own thoughts, your own shadows, and your own vulnerabilities. This makes you different from the rest, and to some, it's unsettling. They can't quite figure you out, and it drives them crazy. They want to fill in the blanks, create stories, and try to label you in ways that fit their limited understanding of who you are, but they can't. You are not here to be labeled, to be boxed in, or to fit anyone's preconceived notions of what a person should be. Your power comes from this refusal to conform. You don't need constant affirmation or external validation. You simply exist, unapologetically and without fear. You know that your worth isn't determined by what others think of you. You are comfortable in your own space, moving with a confidence that others can only dream of. And in that space, you become a magnet for curiosity, fascination, and even fear. People gossip about you because they can't understand you, but that's just a reflection of their own limitations, not yours. In the end, you are a truth-driven force. You don't shy away from the uncomfortable truths that others try to hide. You see past the facades, past the masks people wear, and you can read them in a way that makes them uneasy. But you're not doing it to hurt them or manipulate them. You simply see the world for what it is and don't shy away from it. You challenge the illusions people live in and force them to confront their own insecurities. This is what makes you so powerful. You don't just exist in the world. You change it. You redefine the rules and rewrite the narrative. And that's something most people will never understand, but they'll keep talking, and you'll keep walking your path, unbothered and unshaken. When you live as a chosen one, you begin to see the world differently, don't you? You sense that there's more to life than the illusion of comfort, more to truth than the soft cushions of delusion that most people surround themselves with. The chosen ones see through these layers, these distractions, these veils that keep people trapped in cycles of ignorance. It's not that they think they're better. It's simply that they cannot unsee what they've already witnessed, the clarity they possess. This truth that often shakes them to their core becomes a gift, but also a burden to bear the weight of seeing the world in a way that others may never experience or be willing to see. It's not about being special. It's about being awakened to a reality that often doesn't align with the comfort of social norms or the easy flow of mainstream thought. Chosen ones live in a space that's fluid and ever-changing, where the boundaries of what's right and wrong blur into an understanding that everything is interconnected and everything happens for a reason. And when you see life like this, it becomes impossible to play by the old rules. You can't just follow along anymore. You're called to stand up, to break free from the chains that bind others and to create new pathways for those who are ready to follow. But not everyone is ready. Not everyone can handle the light that the chosen ones bring, the light that illuminates everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. This truth, often raw and unfiltered, can make people uncomfortable. It disrupts their lives. It calls into question everything they thought they knew about themselves, their beliefs, and their sense of identity. For some, it's a mirror that reflects back their own insecurities, their own shortcomings, things they've spent their entire lives avoiding. And when confronted with such truths, people either shrink back or step up. But the chosen one isn't here to hold anyone's hand through this awakening. They stand firm, unwavering, ready to confront the discomfort, ready to challenge the status quo, ready to question everything. And in this, the chosen one becomes an enigma, an outsider, a force of nature that cannot be ignored. They possess a quiet wisdom that others might envy, yet never truly understand. People are drawn to them, yet repelled by the sheer authenticity they embody. The chosen one doesn't entertain the illusion of perfection. They don't put on a mask or hide behind pretenses. They live openly and honestly, even if it makes others uncomfortable, even if it creates distance, because at the core of the chosen one's being is the unshakable belief that truth is the highest calling. Not convenience, not approval, not acceptance. So, when they speak with clarity. They speak with the weight of their experiences, their insights, and their understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. They do not mince words, nor do they soften the impact of their truths. They don't sugarcoat or placate. And when they cut ties with people who no longer serve their journey, it's not out of malice. It's not out of anger. It's out of a deep understanding that sometimes letting go is the greatest act of love. Sometimes parting ways is the most freeing thing you can do, not just for yourself, but for the other person as well. And this is what makes the chosen one so unique. Their ability to sever ties without guilt, without hesitation, without fear. They don't need to justify their actions. They don't need to explain themselves. They just know that the relationship no longer serves them, and they release it with grace. People might not understand. They might label them as cold or unfeeling. But in reality, the chosen one's detachment is a reflection of their strength. It's a reflection of their boundaries. Boundaries that are not to be compromised, not for anyone or anything. The chosen one knows their worth, and they will not allow others to take advantage of them. They do not bend for approval. They do not mold themselves to fit the expectations of others. They stand firm, like a tree deeply rooted in the earth, knowing that only those who respect their space, their energy, and their journey are worthy of their time and attention. This isn't to say that the chosen one doesn't care. On the contrary, they care deeply, but their care isn't bound by obligation. It isn't about appeasing others or making people comfortable. It's about authenticity. It's about staying true to themselves, even if it means standing alone. And this is where the power lies, in their unwavering commitment to self-respect, to truth, and to their own path. They become a beacon for others, those who are ready to take the same journey of self-discovery and transformation. But let's not kid ourselves. This path isn't easy. It's not for the faint of heart. The chosen one faces resistance. They face criticism. They face judgment from those who feel threatened by their authenticity. But none of this phases them, because they've come to understand that the only validation they need is the one they give themselves. They don't rely on the approval of others. They've learned to detach from the need for external validation, and in doing so, they tap into a deep well of inner strength. They've learned that true power doesn't come from the outside. It comes from within. This is why the chosen one is often misunderstood. They are seen as different, as odd, as rebels without a cause. But the truth is, they are simply living in alignment with their higher selves. They are simply living in alignment with their purpose. And their purpose isn't to fit in. It's to break free, to awaken, to challenge the status quo, to disrupt the patterns of conformity and show others that there is a different way to live, a way that is authentic, powerful, and true. When you're a chosen one, you don't wait for permission to be yourself. You don't wait for the world to catch up. You walk your path with certainty, knowing that you are not alone. There are others out there, just like you, who are ready to awaken and rise. And the chosen one is here to lead the way, not with a sense of superiority, but with a sense of humility, knowing that they are merely one piece of the puzzle, one light in a world that desperately needs more of it. So, if you're watching this video, if you feel the resonance in your soul, know that you are not alone. You are part of this awakening. You are part of a larger collective that is ready to rise, and break free from the chains of illusion. The chosen ones are here, and we are ready to stand together. If you're ready to embrace your truth, to walk your path with authenticity, to challenge the status quo and disrupt the patterns that have kept you small, then comment Amen below. Let us know that you're with us, that you're ready to rise, and that you will no longer stay silent in the face of truth. Hit that subscribe button, join the wisdom ones, and let's continue this journey together. We are all chosen. We are all destined for greatness. The world is waiting for you to step into your power. Don't hold back. Embrace your truth and let it shine. Your support through super thanks means a lot to the Wisdom Ones channel. Thank you so much for your generosity, and a special shout out to everyone who's already donated. It's because of your kindness that this message can reach those who need it the most. As the chosen one walks through life, their mere presence begins to challenge the norms, stir hidden thoughts, and provoke a deep introspection in those around them. There is something magnetic about them, something unshakable. It's a force that moves in silence, not because they are afraid to speak, but because they understand the potency of stillness. In a world that thrives on noise, conflict, and validation, through loud opinions, the chosen one stands apart. They have learned that silence holds more power than words ever could. They know that sometimes the most profound response to negativity is not to engage, but to simply be. This silent strength is a lesson in itself. The world expects reactions, emotional outbursts, defensiveness, but the chosen one doesn't give in to the temptation to meet negativity with more negativity. Instead, they let the world make its noise, while they hold their peace. And in that peace, they hold their power. Their silence reflects back the agitation of others, forcing those who try to provoke them to confront their own insecurities, their own motives. It's a kind of quiet rebellion, a refusal to participate in petty games that drain energy and add no value. It's a subtle yet powerful demonstration of control, of choosing to focus only on what truly matters. And people around them engage in gossip or try to drag them into unnecessary conflicts, the chosen one remains calm, unshaken. They don't feel the need to explain themselves or defend their choices. They know that not every battle is worth fighting, that sometimes the greatest act of resistance is simply to walk away. This calmness, this quiet defiance, is unsettling to many because it doesn't play into the expected narrative. It doesn't give anyone what they want, a reaction, a fight, a confrontation. Instead, it asks the world to meet them where they are, in their quiet confidence. It forces others to reevaluate their approach to life, to question why they feel the need to engage in such drama in the first place. This doesn't mean the chosen one is passive or indifferent to the world around them. On the contrary, they are deeply aware of the forces at play, of the power dynamics, of the challenges others face. But they understand that not every situation requires a response. Sometimes, the best thing you can do for yourself and for others is to stand firm in your authenticity and refuse to be pulled into distractions. The chosen one sees the value in protecting their energy, in preserving their peace, because they know that true strength is not in reacting to every stimulus, but in knowing when to stay grounded, when to stay silent, and when to act. This approach to life isn't always understood by others. Many will label the chosen one as aloof, distant, or even uncaring. They might criticize them for not fitting in, for not following the crowd, for being too different. But the chosen one knows that their power lies in their authenticity, in their refusal to conform to the expectations of others. They understand that it's far easier to go along with the crowd, to blend in, to do what's expected. But they also know that doing so would mean sacrificing their true essence, their unique perspective, and the gifts they have to offer the world. It's not about being difficult or trying to stand out for the sake of it. It's about living a life that is true to who they are, no matter the consequences. It's about understanding that in order to create meaningful change, sometimes you have to break away from the status quo, even if it means discomfort, even if it means facing rejection. The chosen one understands that change is not always easy, and that it often requires a great deal of courage to push against the tide. But they also know that without that courage, without that willingness to challenge the norm, there can be no real transformation. They understand that the path they walk is not always going to be understood, or accepted by others. And that's okay. The chosen one knows that they are not here to please everyone. They are here to live authentically, to inspire others to do the same, and to create a ripple effect of change in the world. They understand that the true power comes from embracing who you are, from stepping into your light, and from encouraging others to do the same. And while this journey may feel isolating at times, the chosen one is never truly alone. They are part of a movement, a collective of souls who are on the same path, a community of those who are ready to step out of the shadows and into the light. There's a profound shift that happens when someone truly begins to embrace their authenticity. It's as if the world around them starts to fall into place. The people they meet, the opportunities they attract, the experiences they have, everything starts to align with their true purpose. It's not always an immediate transformation, but over time, they begin to see the results of their courage. They begin to see the impact they are having on the world, on those around them. And that impact isn't always grand or dramatic. Sometimes it's as simple as a quiet conversation that shifts someone's perspective, or a moment of vulnerability that inspires another to embrace their own truth. The chosen one doesn't seek fame, recognition, or applause. They don't need external validation because they know who they are, and they know their worth. Their reward comes from the inner peace that comes with living a life of integrity, a life that is true to their soul's calling. And as they continue to walk this path, they inspire others to do the same, to shed the facades, to let go of the fear of judgment, and to embrace the power of living authentically. But this path is not without its challenges. There will be moments of doubt, moments when the weight of the world feels too heavy, moments when it feels like the whole universe is conspiring against you. There will be times when you question your choices, when you wonder if it's all worth it. But it's in these moments that the true power of the chosen one reveals itself. Because even when the road gets tough, even when the journey feels uncertain, they continue to move forward. They continue to be themselves, unapologetically and without fear. They understand that true strength is not about avoiding difficulty, but about facing it head-on and pushing through it with grace and determination. So, if you are on this journey, if you feel the call to step into your authenticity, to challenge the status quo, to be the change you wish to see in the world, know that you are not alone. You are part of a larger movement, a movement of souls who are waking up, who are shedding their masks and embracing their true selves. And though the journey may not always be easy, it is always worth it. If you resonate with the message of the chosen one, if you are ready to embrace your truth, to step into your power, and to live a life of authenticity, I invite you to join us. Comment Amen below and subscribe to Wisdom Ones as we continue to explore the incredible journey of self-discovery, transformation, and empowerment. Together, let's walk this path of authenticity, and let's create a world where truth, courage, your support through super thanks means a lot to the Wisdom Ones channel. Thank you so much for your generosity, and a special shout out to everyone who's already donated. It's because of your kindness that this message can reach those who need it the most. As we journey through life, we often find ourselves caught between two worlds, the world of external expectations and the world of our internal truth. The former demands conformity, fitting into established molds, following preordained paths, and embracing the comfort of familiarity. The latter calls for courage, self-awareness, and the willingness to step outside the crowd to forge a path that is uniquely our own. This dichotomy is where the chosen one exists, constantly navigating between these two realms, the pull of societal norms and the call of their own soul. The tension is real, the challenge is constant, but the rewards are profound. The chosen one is someone who has felt that pull, who has heard that call and dared to answer it. They have chosen to embrace their authenticity, even when it means facing discomfort, rejection, and the judgment of others. In a world that values conformity and predictability, the chosen one has taken the path of radical self-truth. They have chosen not to live by the rules set by others, but to create their own rules, grounded in their values, their purpose, and their vision. They understand that to live authentically is not just a personal choice, but a revolutionary act. It is an act that has the power to change the course of their own life, as well as the lives of those around them. Living authentically requires an incredible amount of strength. It means letting go of the need for external validation and instead grounding oneself in the inner knowing that who you are at your core is enough. It means rejecting the mask that society often asks us to wear and allowing ourselves to be seen, not as we are expected to be, but as we truly are. This process of shedding the facades can be painful, disorienting, and even isolating at times, but it is also the path to true freedom. For when we no longer feel the need to perform, to conform, or to hide behind false personas, we unlock a profound sense of peace within ourselves. And yet, this path of authenticity is not always straightforward. It is filled with moments of doubt, moments when the world seems to push back, when the comfort of fitting in seems far more appealing than standing firm in our truth. There will be times when the journey feels lonely, when we question whether it's worth it, or if the world is even ready to embrace us for who we truly are. But it is precisely in these moments of discomfort that the chosen one shines brightest, for they understand that growth does not come from staying in safe spaces, but from pushing past the edges of fear, from leaning into the uncertainty, and from trusting that the universe will support them on the journey. The chosen one understands that their true purpose in this life is not to conform to the expectations and demands of others, nor is it to fit into the rigid boxes that society has created for everyone to occupy. In fact, their purpose is far more profound and liberating. It lies in the act of embracing their own unique truth, honoring their inner calling, and stepping fully into the person they were meant to be, rather than seeking external approval or adhering to the conventional paths laid out by the world. The chosen one chooses to live authentically. They have the courage to express themselves fully and unapologetically, without fear of judgment or rejection. This commitment to authenticity becomes not just a personal journey, but a transformative force that radiates outward. By aligning with their soul's deepest desires and acting in accordance with their true essence, the chosen one becomes a powerful example for others. They show those around them that it is not only possible but also deeply empowering to break free from societal expectations. In a world where so many are trapped by the pressure to fit in, the chosen one stands as a living testament to the freedom that comes from releasing the need for external validation. They demonstrate what it looks like to live with integrity and honesty, allowing their actions to be guided by their innermost beliefs and values, rather than the fleeting approval of others. As the chosen one continues on their path of authenticity, a ripple effect begins to unfold. At first, the impact may seem small, perhaps even unnoticed. But over time, the chosen one's courage and authenticity begin to touch the hearts and minds of others. The example sparks a shift in the consciousness of those around them, planting seeds of possibility in the minds of people who might never have considered the idea of living their own truth. These seeds begin to grow, inspiring others to take their own steps toward authenticity and self-expression. The ripple effect expands, and what began as one person's decision to live genuinely transforms into a collective movement. The more the chosen one lives in alignment with their soul's calling, the more they inspire others to do the same. And in this way, their journey becomes a beacon, guiding others to release their fears, let go of the need for approval, and embrace the fullness of who they truly are. It is through this courage to live authentically that the chosen one ignites a fire in others, a fire that spreads and grows, creating a wave of positive change and transformation that extends far beyond their own life. It's essential to remember, though, that the chosen one does not see themselves as superior or above others. They are not some otherworldly, untouchable entity who exists outside the realm of human experience. On the contrary, their true power lies in their deep connection to their humanity, in their willingness to be raw, to embrace their flaws, and to face the many struggles of life with open arms. They don't present an image of perfection, nor do they seek to create an illusion of invincibility. Instead, they acknowledge their imperfections and use them as stepping stones for growth and healing. The chosen one is fully aware that life is not always easy, and that to walk the path of authenticity requires immense courage. They know that the road is fraught with obstacles, moments of doubt, and internal battles, but they do not hide from these challenges. They approach them head-on, with a heart full of compassion and a mind open to learning. They understand that their journey, like anyone else's, is one of evolution and transformation, and it is this very journey, filled with both light and shadow, that grants them the strength to inspire those around them. The shadows that the Chosen One faces are not to be feared or avoided. Rather, they are embraced with a sense of understanding and acceptance. The Chosen One knows that it is in the darkness where true growth often takes place. It is through their struggles, their pain, and their vulnerability that they unlock deeper levels of healing and insight. They do not pretend to be perfect or above the trials that life presents. Instead, they show others that it is okay to be human, to experience pain, to face the things that scare us, and to still rise. It's this authenticity, this willingness to be real, to stand in the truth of who they are, flaws and all, that draws people to the Chosen One. In a world where many are caught up in the pursuit of perfection or the fear of judgment, the Chosen One's openness becomes a beacon of hope. They show others that embracing their shadows is not a sign of weakness, but a path to true strength. They inspire those around them to look at their own lives with compassion, to confront their own fears and vulnerabilities, and to embrace the full spectrum of their being. In this way, the Chosen One's power does not come from an unattainable ideal, but from their realness, their humanity, and their willingness to walk through life as it is, imperfect, messy, and in doing so, they create a space where others can do the same. Through their vulnerability, they empower others to reclaim their own power, to shed the masks they wear, and to face the world as their truest selves. The Chosen One's journey is not a solitary path, confined to personal exploration, and it is deeply intertwined with the concept of community. The recognition that true transformation happens not in isolation, but in connection with others who are walking similar roads of self-discovery and spiritual awakening. As the Chosen One travels through life, they encounter others who, like them, are ready to shed the old ways of thinking, to release the shackles of societal expectations, and to live in alignment with their most authentic selves. These are individuals who, just like the Chosen One, understand that there is more to life than conformity, more to existence than simply going through the motions. But the connection between the Chosen Ones goes beyond surface-level interactions. These relationships are not built on the fleeting foundations of outward appearances or shallow pleasantries. Rather, they are grounded in a deeper, soul-level recognition. When the Chosen One meets another like-minded soul, there is an immediate sense of familiarity, as if they have known each other for lifetimes. It is a recognition of shared values, shared experiences, and shared aspirations. There is an unspoken understanding between them, a bond that transcends words, transcends time, and speaks directly to their inner beings. Together, these Chosen Ones create something much greater than the sum of their individual selves. They form a network of light, a collective that shines brighter together than any one person could alone. Each individual brings their unique experiences, strengths, and perspectives to the table, contributing to the creation of a vibrant and dynamic community. This collective is built on mutual respect, deep connection, and a shared commitment to living truthfully and authentically. It is a place where each person is supported and uplifted, where healing can take place in the presence of others who understand and resonate with the journey. In this network of Chosen Ones, there is power in numbers. There is strength in unity. While each individual's path may be unique, the collective energy of those on the same journey creates an undeniable force for healing and transformation. In the space, people are free to express their truths without fear of judgment or rejection. They can be vulnerable, knowing that others will hold them with compassion and understanding. The shared experiences and stories of the Chosen Ones create a sense of belonging, reminding each person that they are not alone in their struggles, their doubts, or their triumphs. This community becomes a powerful catalyst for growth. As the Chosen Ones come together, they share wisdom, insights, and encouragement. They learn from one another's mistakes and successes, expanding their collective consciousness and deepening their understanding of the world. In this space, personal transformation is not just an individual process, but a collective one. The healing and growth of one person ripple out, touching the lives of everyone in the group. And in turn, the collective energy of the group propels each individual forward, inspiring them to continue their journey with greater clarity and purpose. This interconnectedness is a reminder that the path of authenticity is not one that must be walked alone. The chosen one does not merely rise for their own sake. They rise to uplift others, to inspire them, and to walk alongside them in mutual growth and support. Together, they create a force for positive change that reverberates outward into the world. As these chosen ones unite, they become part of a larger movement, a movement that is transforming the very fabric of society, one person at a time. And so, the journey of the chosen one is not just about individual awakening, but about collective elevation. As they connect with others who are on the same journey, they contribute to the creation of a world that values truth over illusion, authenticity over pretense, and unity over division. It is in this collective energy that true transformation takes place, both within the chosen ones themselves and in the world around them. Together, they become the change they wish to see, lighting the way for others to follow. And in doing so, they create a ripple effect of healing, growth, and awakening that has the potential to shift the entire world. Living authentically is not a path for the weak or the uncertain. It is a journey that demands great courage, resilience, and deep self-trust. In a world that constantly pushes individuals to fit into predetermined molds, to conform to societal expectations, and to wear the same masks as everyone else, stepping away from the crowd requires an inner strength that many find difficult to summon. It is far easier to follow the herd, to blend in, and to wear the masks that hide our true selves, for that path often seems safer, less threatening, and more accepted. That living authentically is not about choosing the easy route. It's about choosing the truth, no matter how difficult or uncomfortable that truth may be. The act of stepping into your truth is an act of rebellion in a world that prizes conformity. It takes immense courage to trust that your path, though different from others, is precisely the one you are meant to walk. You may not always know where it leads, but there is a quiet knowing deep within that whispers to you, urging you forward. This is the voice of your soul, the voice that knows your unique purpose and calling in this life. It is a voice that cannot be ignored forever, no matter how hard you try to drown it out with the noise of external expectations. Listening to that voice, following that calling, is not always easy. It requires you to stand firm in the face of criticism, doubt, and fear. It requires you to trust that your authenticity is enough, even when the world seems to tell you otherwise. One of the greatest challenges of living authentically is the strength it takes to remain true to yourself when the world around you pushes back. There will always be voices that try to pull you back into the crowd, that try to convince you that your truth is not acceptable or that you are not enough as you are. There will be moments when you question yourself, when the pressure to conform feels overwhelming, and when the desire for acceptance threatens to derail your journey. But the truth is that living authentically is not about fitting in with the crowd or gaining the approval of. It is about honoring who you truly are without compromise. It is about understanding that your worth is not determined by others' opinions or the standards set by society. Your worth is intrinsic, and when you live in alignment with your authentic self, you connect with that worth on a deep soul level. It also takes vulnerability to live authentically, to show up as your true self without the filters, facades, or masks that we are often taught to wear, requires a rawness that can feel terrifying. There is a fear of being judged, of being rejected, of being misunderstood. We are conditioned to believe that we must present ourselves in a certain way in order to be accepted or loved. But when you remove those filters, when you allow yourself to be seen as you truly are, with all your imperfections, all your fears, all your hopes and dreams, you open yourself to the possibility of profound connection. It is in this vulnerability that true intimacy is born. It is in this authenticity that you attract the people, the opportunities, and the experiences that are meant for you. Living authentically is not always the easiest path, but it is the most liberating. When you finally give yourself permission to be yourself, to stop pretending to be something you're not, you unlock a world of infinite possibilities. You become free from the constraints of other people's expectations, free from the weight of living inauthentically. You no longer need to wear masks or play roles to fit in. You simply show up as you are, and that is enough. In this freedom, you open yourself to a life filled with joy, peace, and fulfillment. You begin to attract the people who are meant for you, those who resonate with your truth, who see you for who you truly are, and who accept and love you unconditionally. But more than that, living authentically opens the door to your greatest potential. When you stop pretending to be someone else, you free up the energy and resources that were once spent on maintaining a false image. You begin to channel that energy into the things that truly matter to you. Your passions, your purpose, your dreams. You start to align with the deepest parts of yourself. And in doing so, you begin to create the life you were always meant to live. The road ahead may not always be smooth or easy, but it will be your road, one that is uniquely yours, shaped by your experiences, your truths, and your desires. Ultimately, living authentically is the key to unlocking the fullest version of yourself. It is the key to stepping into the life you were born to live, to living with purpose and passion, to attracting the right people and opportunities, and to experiencing true peace and joy. It is the most liberating choice you can make. For it is the choice to be free from the confines of external validation and to embrace your own truth, fully and unapologetically. The moment you give yourself permission to live authentically, the doors to a world of infinite possibilities open before you, and you begin to realize that everything you've ever wanted is already within you, waiting to be awakened, waiting to be expressed. All it takes is the courage to embrace who you truly are. The Chosen One understands that this journey is not about perfection. It is about embracing all of who we are, the light and the shadow, the strength and the vulnerability, the joy and the pain. It is about showing up day after day and choosing authenticity over acceptance, truth over illusion, and growth over comfort. The journey is not a straight line, but a winding path filled with twists and turns, highs and lows, moments of clarity and moments of doubt. But each step, each choice to stay true to oneself, is a step toward a life of deeper fulfillment and purpose. As you reflect on the message of the Chosen One, ask yourself, are you ready to live authentically? Are you willing to face the discomfort that comes with shedding the layers of falsehoods and stepping into your true power? Are you prepared to challenge the narratives that have been imposed on you and to create a new story, one that aligns with your soul's deepest desires? The path may not be easy, but it is the only path that will lead you to true freedom. You don't have to walk this path alone. There is a community of chosen ones who are ready to support you, to walk beside you, and to help you remember your true power. All you need to do is take that first step. And as you do, remember that every step you take in authenticity is a step toward a more fulfilling, meaningful, and empowered life. You are not just living for yourself. You are living for all those who will come after you, for all those who will be inspired by your courage to live truthfully, unapologetically, and fully. So, if you are ready to take that step, if you are ready to embrace your authenticity and step into your power, I invite you to join us. Comment Amen below and subscribe to Wisdom Ones. Let's continue this journey together, a journey of self-discovery, transformation, and empowerment. Together, let's create a world where authenticity is not just accepted but celebrated. A world where truth reigns, where courage leads, and where love is the guiding force. This is your time. Step into your power and let the world see you for who you truly are. Your support through super thanks means a lot to the Wisdom Ones channel. Thank you so much for your generosity, and a special shout out to everyone who's already donated. It's because of your kindness that this message can reach those who need it the most.